Summer may bring you on vacation here to Destin, Florida, but which season is it that's going to make you pack your bags and move here for good? The Emerald Coast sandy white beaches are well known as a top beach destination in the U.S. during the summertime. In fact, our little town of Destin swells from about 14,000 people year-round to during the summer weeks, we swell from about 25,000 to 60,000 extra people, tourists, a week. So I ask you, which season of the year is actually the best time to visit or come or stay in Destin, Florida? Let's see if you can guess which season is best based on these 5 reasons this season is the best. The first reason that this season is the best is because it has the best events in Destin all year round. Let's start off with the Destin Fishing Rodeo. This is a saltwater fishing tournament that started in 1948 and continues to today, and it hosts a variety of prizes up to $100,000 for all kinds of youth class, women's class, team types of fish. It's one of the most unique things you can find here in Destin. Additionally, you have the Destin Seafood Festival that runs in conjunction. It's a weekend-long event that's held on the harbor, and it runs at the same time of the Destin Fishing Rodeo, so you can go and check out both events at the same time. The Seafood Festival, of course, has tons of seafood vendors. It also has music and arts, which is really cool. Additionally, there is the Maddie Kelly Festival of Arts, and this is held at their cultural village here in Destin. It's kind of back behind Walmart at this really cool hidden open air, I'm gonna call it an amphitheater, and I'm going this weekend. I'm really excited. It hosts over 65 different artists and it is a competition between them all, but it's also a nice place to walk around, enjoy the beautiful weather, and shop a little. You've got the Moon Crush Music Festival, you've got the Baytown Wharfs Beer Festival, you've got a Bloody Mary Festival, there is a Toast the Coast Festival, and these are really just like the tip of the iceberg. We have all kinds of 5Ks, half marathons, like this is really the funnest season of the year to be here. Number 2, the reason why this season is the best is the weather. The weather in this season is just what dreams are made of. I could live my entire life in this weather season. The temperatures range from around the 60s to the mid 80s, and you literally can start the day in like a long sleeve t-shirt, and in the day, in the afternoon, laying out by the pool, you don't lose your tan at all in this season. Additionally, there is a good deal less rain. We in fact just went through 30 days without rain. Y'all, I was doing everything outside. I was eating outside. I've been working outside. I play outside. We even put up a tent in the backyard and slept in the tent in the backyard of our house for a whole week because the weather was just so perfect. So, reason number 3 this season is best is the sunset. And I do not know technically why the sunsets are better during this particular season. It could be for, a combination of all the other reasons why I like this season best. Namely, back to number 2, the weather is better. There's less rain and the temperatures are milder, and I can sit outside and enjoy watching the peaceful sunset without worrying about or being uncomfortable with the sweat and the bugs and the high humidity of those summer months. So number 4, the reason that this season is best is because there are fewer tourists and human bodies everywhere. We in Destin thrive on tourism. It's our main industry. We love our tourists. We are dependent upon our tourists. But when you live here, there are times that the mass quantity of crowds can be a bit taxing on one's patience. So in this particular season, we locals essentially get the place to ourselves. So the joy of having this place to ourselves is not only are there less people on the road, there are less people in the restaurants. There are less people on the water in Crab Island. There are less people on the beach. Y'all check out these 2 videos. I have one of me on Grayton Beach, which is super popular out on 38. At the beach. And then for those of you who've been out to Seaside on 38 during the summer months, and like you can barely drive because there are so many people appreciating the area and so many people on bike, and just take a look at how still and quiet it is during this particular season. And reason number 5 that will probably be the biggest telltale of all is that during this season, when the kids go back to school, we have school football. There is very few things I think that feel more like community and more like a deep breather than when you show up on, I'm gonna say Friday Night Lights, because who doesn't like that show? But just the atmosphere of being at a football game in your hometown and seeing your neighbor or someone that you don't see quite often, one of your kids' friends, parents, what have you, that really just bring you all together. And there's no better place to be than on a weeknight cheering for a local school team. So speaking of school sports and school football, we have some amazing programs here. Destin High School just launched its first year of football, and it was so much fun to watch the community come together and support these kids. They had just a great turnout and a great first season. I expect a whole bunch from them. Also, Niceville High School, the Eagles, man, they bring down the house every Friday night. It's just a fun, super social gathering as well. And I personally spent a lot of my own time cheering on Destin Middle School football team with my daughter cheering and my son playing. And again, it was just super fun. So on top of all of our, regular football season starting, you also have really fun competitive football here in the Panhandle. So by now, I hope you've guessed it, but if you haven't, it's fall. Fall in Florida is by far the best. I mean, everybody across the country's got to go back to their home and take their kids with them. And we as families and locals get to literally skip around the place. I don't think I've waited in line at a restaurant for 3 months now. It's the end of October. We're at Halloween weekend. This season of fall brings people to live here. You'll come to visit in summer, but you're gonna move to Destin for the fall. All right, it's fall, y'all. I'm headed out of here and headed to a Halloween party. Woohoo! I'm gonna be Beth from Yellowstone. My husband's gonna be Rip. It's gonna be awesome. Maybe I'll send a picture in the comments. Y'all come back every Thursday. Jen and I post a new video. We'll see you then.